meeting to order. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The record reflected Beth is not here this evening. 4.0 principal and student rep information. Who would like to start this evening?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Our teachers return tomorrow. One of the trainings we'll be going over is our new crisis plan. We provided you with a copy following that shooter training we had last year and meetings with the police chiefs. We revised our plan to make it more clear and concise and answer a lot of questions. Senior high open house is tomorrow from 3:30 to 5:30. I forgot to ask Monica before she headed out today, but at last count, we were up 16 students in the senior high and down 7, so we have an overall gain of 9 as of now. And our athletic club would like to tell you that they have a sale going on of school spirit wear. There's order forms on Kathy's desk out there, and the sale goes until the second week of school, I think, if you'd like to order anything. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll go next. We're ready to go. Our staff is in place. Open house for the Gilbert campus is Thursday from 3:30 to 5:30. We are up 8 in the junior high and down 2 in the Nell Sheen as far as students go. And everyone's been in and busy and getting ready to go.
Okay, thank you.
Pretty much the same thing at the Franklin. We're readying rooms and busy waxing floors and getting construction workers out of our way, but I think it'll be ready to go for tomorrow night. Our open house is from 4 to 5, and we've been fluctuating throughout the summer with students we've taken in and those that we've lost. As of last Friday, I think we had lost 11 that had actually moved out of the community. I think a few transferred to area schools or online schools, but as of today when I left, we were still up 6, so it's pretty good.
Okay. Thank you. And we will have a student rep this year, so we'll move on. Achievement recognition. Let me see here. I don't see anything there. Nope.
5.0. It's in prison enclosure 5.0.
Oh, 5.0. I'm still trying to get acclimated between the two here.
I can do it for you.
Okay.
There's one of our board members, Leon, completed the MSBA Leadership Development Program, Phase 1, 2, and 3 orientation workshops, and the MSBA sent him a certificate for completing that, and congratulated him.
Thank you. Actually, I also did 4.
Well,
Phase 4 too.
the letter only says up to 3.
I see that. I got my diploma here. I caught that.
Congratulations. Okay, moving on. 6.0 visitor input. Anyone who's not on the agenda who wishes to be heard? Nothing? Okay. Thank you. We'll move on then. Agenda changes and deletions.
I would like to delete 12.7, closed session.
Okay.
We have not had anything new happen from the last time.
Okay.
Also, I'd like to add under 12.4, where it says authorize me as signature for the impress fund and the investment accounts. I also need to add the safety deposit box and remove Deb Hildy from all 3 of those. That's it.
Okay. Moving on. 8.0 approve the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And now 9.0, approve the consent agenda. And if there's anything on the consent agenda that
If someone wants pulled off, let us know, we'll pull it off. Otherwise, I need a motion and a second to approve.
Also move, we approve the consent agenda.
Okay? We need a second?
Support.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. 11.0, personnel. 11.1, approve the paraprofessional appointment of Tracy Skelvick. She'll be at 5.75 hours per day. She's a paraprofessional A at a rate of $14.49 per hour. We need a motion and a second.
So moved. Support.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. 11.2, approve the paraprofessional A appointment of Melissa Walls Dormanen.
I'll move.
Okay, we have a motion. Need a second?
Support.
Any discussion?
This is at Franklin.
Is that the Franklin? Okay. Any?
So is the first one.
Okay. Any other discussion, comments? Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. 11.3, approve the paraprofessional A appointment of Kara Marks.
Support.
We have a motion and a second. This is probably also at the Franklin
It's actually at the high school.
High School? Okay. Okay.
Tom did.
I did.
Tom support, I'm sorry. Okay. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. 11.4, approve the paraprofessional A appointment of Mary Persons.
This one's at the Franklin as well.
Franklin? Okay.
Support.
We have a motion and a second
2 seconds.
by Leon? Okay. Okay. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. 11.5, approve the .3 FTE elementary specialist appointment of Sharon Jensen.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
This is for the Nell Sheen.
Okay.
We had some extra FIAD and art time for the 6th grade hanging out there, so Mrs. Jensen decided to come out of retirement here.
Okay. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. 11.6, accept the resignation of Andrea Rosenberg, elementary teacher.
Support.
We have a motion and a second by Tom. Okay. Any discussion?
I just need you to be aware that part of that motion is to authorize us to post for that vacancy as well.
Adjust the motion
Adjust it?
accordingly.
Okay.
Are we
Okay.
going to have problems filling the position?
We interviewed some
Already?
candidates today, so.
Okay. Okay, any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. 11.7, approve the Title I teaching appointment of Sheila Takinen. And this is at Nell Sheen or Franklin? Junior high, okay. Okay.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any other discussion?
This will be for math in the junior high. We're trying to throw a little support that way.
Okay. Okay. Any other discussion? Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. 11.8, approve Jennifer Lind as early childhood specialist education aide.
So moved. Support.
Okay, we have a motion and a second on 11.8. Any other discussions? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. 11.9, approve the .8 FTE junior high science teacher appointment of Tom Hofdahl. Okay, we have a motion. Second?
I'll second.
Okay, second. Any other discussion? I think Mr. Hofstad's done this before for us too.
He did do it a couple of years ago. We had this position posted all summer and did not have a single applicant.
Okay. Okay, any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. 11.10, approve the paraprofessional A appointment of Francis Gunderson.
So moved.
Support.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
This was at the Franklin as well.
Okay. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. 11.11, approve the Title I teaching appointment of Sharon Jensen.
Also moved.
Support.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
This is for the Nelsheen Elementary title.
Okay. Any discussion?
This is going to be in conjunction with that elementary specialist appointment too? She's going to do both?
She'll do both.
Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. 12.0, new business. 12.1, to consider the proposal to repair the Evelyn campus gym floor. Where should we go with this? Who wants to jump in?
Do you want to throw a few words in there, Mark?
Well, this past spring, the new gym, built in 1992, the roof leaked and damaged the hardwood on the playing surface. So you see in front of you the quotes to repair that, most of which will be covered by the insurance claim. However, there are some additional portions of that damage to the floor that's just occurred over the past 20 years that isn't part of that gym floor claim that will also need to be addressed. The quotes in front of you include sanding, replacing the bad boards, and repainting everything that's there. With the potential exception of the Bear logos, which were created by John St. Sauver and painted accordingly, actually twice, once in maroon and gold and once in black and gold. So we've talked with Mr. St. Sauver about his ability and willingness to come back in and repaint those to keep those as authentic as possible. Depending on how things go and how much that might cost us, he may be willing to do that. The company that I've recommended does insist that they have the ability to replicate those logos as they exist now, so that may be an option, which is actually included in their initial quote. So that's what you see. We've scheduled this for June of 2015, knowing that we can't get it done now because of the athletic schedules.
And we have their assurance that those numbers are good at that point.
If we lock this in, they were hoping to get it locked in already, to have this approved and scheduled. But yes, if we approve this, they will lock that in and will be scheduled for June 1st of 2015 at these prices. There will be some additional work that's not included there, including replacing the boards in the exit entries with quarry tile rather than hardwood to eliminate some of that water absorption into the hardwood, which has been a problem. Things like that will be additional.
Is that June 1st date, is that going to interfere with graduation next year?
Okay, let me rephrase. We'll schedule it for as soon as graduation and school is released in spring of next year.
Just want to make sure, Mark.
So no, it's not an ironclad June 1st.
Okay,
That's
okay.
a theoretical date. I haven't looked at the calendar.
Okay.
And looking at their proposal, those options come to about $5,500 more?
That's a good ballpark, yep.
Okay.
And there was some water damage in the past and some, shot puts being thrown and boards that, popped loose and things that are addressed by those $5,500.
How is the local gonna work out with this particular one at that time? Are they gonna cover that cost if he comes in to do those, or is that gonna be negotiated?
Yeah, those are some fine tuning details that haven't been really quite worked out. The way it exists right now, I think they would plan to come in and replace those logos as closely as they could. And that is going to leave it up to us whether we want to solicit Mr. St. Sauver to perhaps make the big pattern for them to create their graphic from, and if so.
I mean, I guess that's my point, is if we decide to have Mr. St. Sauver come in, are they gonna discount that because they're not doing that because it's part of the quote, or?
I think that if they created the graphic from what exists right now, they would come and take a picture of it and then recreate that digitally, which may result in some dilution of the logo.
They would just make a graphic
Right.
digitally and
Yep.
just,
So by allowing Mr. St. Sauver to work on that, we may keep some of that artistic integrity that's there.
And so you recommend the APS, so you're satisfied with what their proposal is?
I am. I was pretty impressed with his knowledge. He walked around spent quite a lot of time with me actually, recommending things and things I hadn't thought of and giving me options that I didn't know were there. So yeah, I liked what I saw from them.
This is going to be primarily be paid by the insurance.
The bulk of it, I think, is 25.5, something like that, is looking at being paid for by the insurance
That's by
claim.
insurance. Okay.
And I've got that. The insurance company knows that this work isn't going to happen for another year, or 9 months at this point, and they're aware of that. And I've spoken with Jamie Linseth, our insurance agent, and he's assured me that this won't be a problem. He's contacted the insurance company that's underwriting this.
Can you ask them to get that in writing from the insurance company?
I can.
I don't like insurance companies because sometimes verbals don't mean anything. I just want to make sure. I trust
good.
Jamie, it's not Jamie, I don't trust any insurance company. I like it in writing.
And I may actually have that email. If I
Okay.
search my inbox, it may be in there somewhere.
Okay,
but-
that just covers us.
All right.
Okay,
The reason we're having you act on this now, though, is because they're willing to lock that price
lock
in.
the price in, yep, I agree. It's a good deal. Okay, we need a motion and a second.
Also move we accept the bid from APS for repair on the campus gym floor.
I'll support.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Mark. 12.2, consider proposal for asbestos abatement.
This is something that we go through regularly. It's part of our health and safety budget. This year we budgeted about $10,000 for asbestos removal and containment, re-encapsulating, I guess I should phrase. And I know Mark went through with the company and made recommendations for what we should do immediately, so you can see what the proposal is there.
Okay. So we have,
Knowing what that type of work costs, I think that's a pretty reasonable.
yeah, I'm looking at 19 different locations.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a lot.
That is a really good deal.
I think he's done work
Actually,
in
there's more than
school
that if you
before,
look at
hasn't he?
Individual classrooms incorporated in some of these.
Yeah, there are 3 primary asbestos removal companies in our immediate area. And this is one guy, and I know that he has been on campus before. I think all of them have been at one time or another. And that those 19 locations, actually, if you break that out, the Franklin Elementary there must have been
There's quite a few, yeah.
quite a few individual classrooms that are being repaired and or bagged. So there's a lot of work for them to get done for that price.
You've been satisfied with the prior work they've done
Yep.
before?
All three bids that came in were really close. So this was the lowest of the three bids.
Okay. We need a motion and a second.
So moved on
Support.
Gravette Environmental.
Okay. We have a motion, a second. Did you get
Support.
this?
Yeah, Tom's.
Tom, okay. Any discussion, questions? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. 12.3, consider the proposal for the window treatments for the Franklin Elementary.
We had 5, we ended up with 5 quotes. They quoted both the whole building and the south side only. We did decide earlier that we were going to go with the whole building, so looking at that, Draperies Plus out of Cohasset came in about $2,500 less than the nearest. Our architect gave us the thumbs up on Draperies Plus, so I would recommend we accept that quote.
Okay. Need a motion and a second.
I'll move. Here we go ahead and accept the bid from Draperies Plus out of Cohasset.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. 12.4, it's authorizing Jeff Carey as a signature for impressed fund investment accounts. Add also the safety deposit box and remove Deb from all 3 lists.
So moved.
Support.
We have a motion and a second, several seconds. And any discussion on this? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. 12.5, authorize the business manager to provide oversight for non-audit services.
This is just something that needs to happen for, the board needs to authorize somebody to work with the auditor when they're here, so and it's Candace. So.
Okay, we do this every year,
Yep.
so I
I'll
need a,
move.
okay.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. 12.6, approve the proposal for the new front-end controller.
This is something that we have discussed previously at a building and grounds meeting. Our controller, the computer that controls our heating system is old and not able to be upgraded again, and before it goes kaput, we need to upgrade that. Mark and his crew went through and accepted 3 different proposals from, I believe you have those in your packet. After discussing with Mark and Brad, our plumber A, we decided it best to go with TM Automation, primarily because they do not have a system that requires just that company to work on it. It allows us to buy outside parts and contract through other people to come in and work on our system, so we're not tied to one company. So I am recommending that we accept the quote from TM Automation to upgrade our Metasys system.
Mark, this is the system that you and I walked through a couple of months ago. Can you explain this to me? We were completely dependent upon Johnson Controls, correct?
The Metasys system that we're currently running is provided by Johnson Controls, and it is proprietary to them, so nobody else can come and make changes to that. A lot of the parts that are out in the field speak only Johnson Control language, so we're limited by that proprietariness, if that's a word, to have Johnson Control come and repair these things. This system is going to put in open-ended parts that, or open market parts that we can access easier and at hopefully a significant.
Our personnel will be able to maintain this new system.
Yep, that's right. And they'll be trained in how to upgrade in the future, so we won't need to rely on those proprietary parts for future upgrades.
Okay. Any other discussion? Questions? Thank you, Mark.
When will the upgrade be done?
I don't know that. We could probably, within 4 to 6 weeks, start working on it and maybe even complete it by then.
Okay.
I haven't gotten any timelines until I got this approved. So
Okay, so it's possible it should be in place before the heating season starts?
That's a likelihood. And even if it's not, I think this guy is qualified to make that transition even during the heating system.
Okay. Okay. Okay, any other questions? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye?
Aye.
Opposed?
We don't have a motion
We gotta
on the
have
table.
Oh, we don't, I'm sorry, I thought we did.
I'll move.
I'll support.
You'll
We have a
support.
motion and we have a second.
I
Leon?
supported.
Thought we already had it, sorry.
Yeah.
Any,
That's all right.
any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. 13.0 Superintendent's Report, information.
I got a couple things that I want to just update you on. One is our projects. I'll give you a brief update on that. Over in Gilbert, they poured the front slab. They are nowhere near being done with the canopy. They still need to finish the exterior of it, but I think it's usable at this point for our students to start. The interior doors and the exterior doors probably will not be in until the end of September. So there will be a mess coming at that time, but it won't be during school hours. They assured us of that. As far as the windows go over in the Franklin, there has been a lot better progress in the last week or so. They have put more people on it. They're starting to get things done. We met with them on Friday and made out a schedule of every week we're going to displace 2 teachers. It'll probably take us about 2 months, but we're just going to plow through and get it done now, rather than leave it half finished.
Yeah.
So it should be okay. They won't be working anywhere where there's kids in the immediate areas. We'll move the kids out of the rooms. We had new teacher orientation today. We have 7 new licensed or classroom teachers that we went through. We'll be hiring an 8th now as a new 5th grade teacher as well. Seem to have a very good bunch. Excited to work with them. One thing I do want to make you aware of is our kindergarten numbers right now. As of this morning, at least, I believe we had 3 sections, 24 and 2 and 23 in the other one. So they are up there a little bit, and I want you to be aware that we may be, last year we were in the same position. We're thinking as the start of school we may have to add another section. We didn't end up, but I just want you to be aware that is a possibility at this point. If we get too many more, we'll be asking you for that. As you heard in the principal's report, we have staff here tomorrow. Wednesday we'll all be in Virginia for a regional staff development. It's a very good day. Our commissioner Brenda Casilius is going to be there. She's our keynote speaker for that day. Lots of good things, lots of good opportunities for staff. Thursday we're going to give them most of the day to work in their rooms, and following that we have the 4 after-school in-services set, and that's the time that we're going to start implementing our teacher evaluation program that we have to do this year. So I'll keep you updated on how that's going. A couple of things I want to put on your radar. I have been talking with Mr. Thorson regarding lots of things dealing with athletics as far as our participation numbers go and the amount of staff that we have hired and whatnot. We are going to fire up the athletic committee again, and I know there's a couple of board members that are assigned to that. I'm not sure off the top of my head who is right now, but we're going to, and our goal of that is we're going to start setting quotas for, how many participants does it take to make a team? How many should we have for, when do we hire a coach? How many numbers for coaches and stuff? We need to have that stuff in place because we have lots of inconsistencies right now. We have basically been going off of past practice for how many coaches we have been hiring and not necessarily looking at the numbers that are in those programs to coincide with that. So we're doing that. And then the other thing that I want you to be aware of is sometime in the near future, our strategic plan for the district is expiring this school year, and we will be starting that process again. I know that the MSBA started a service this year and are sending people out to districts on a trial basis free of charge. I don't know if we can get in on that, but to lead that process, so I'll be looking into that. And either way, it's something that we need to do, so we'll be starting that process up probably sometime October, November in that area. So that's all I have.
I got something to ask you,
Mhm.
either you or Brian. You said something about the canopy is still, on the Gilbert campus, is still being worked on.
Yes.
For safety purposes, if it's still being worked on, would it be safer to bring the kids in the junior high front door?
They won't be working on it during the day. What needs to be done left is they have to brick up the columns, and there's space that goes around the top of it. So that's not something that'll be done.
It'd be done after school, or
It's not something that
when the
they'll do
kids
with
are not
kids.
coming in and out? Okay. That's my main concern, is the
They could
kids.
also use the Nell Sheen entrance on the other end, or
On-
else they could
or
come
else
out
on the
through
oth- but
old
I'm thinking
junior
the
high,
front
senior
door.
entrance.
If there's people there,
Yeah.
we're not bringing kids in.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. 14.0, board member topics. Leon?
Nothing at this time?
Okay.
Yes. Nothing, believe it.
Nothing?
Mona?
Nothing.
Tom?
Nothing?
Mike?
Nothing, just gonna go to kindergarten orientation tomorrow. My first kid,
Have fun.
open house, sorry.
Open house.
It'll be a scary thing for mom and dad, probably more so.
Usually is.
Yeah.
And I don't have anything either. I gotta ask Lynn, before you take off, after the meeting, I gotta ask you a question about something. Nothing serious, it's just, I wanna check with you. Thank you. Well, need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
We're done, thank you.